I want you to know, I have a very special set of skills. Skills I will use to find you. However, I will not use these skills to kill you, for if I did, I would get executed in the process. And as such, I will use my skills to find you and pursue you and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the Monokuma law. And then, once you are found guilty, you will be executed, and I will have a front row seat with popcorn in hand to watch your miserable execution for murdering my fucking child, Ibuki. We clear? I'm gonna find you, you bastard. No, Ibuki, don't leave me, no! That was actually timed perfectly. Holy shit. Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy MachPunches, bringing you episode number 8 of Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, Ibuki, Nagito, and Akane contracted despair disease, making them act totally different. Nagito became a liar. Akane became a coward, like a crybaby, and Ibuki became gullible. And all this shit happened with the hospital. There was 2 instances of fan service. And we saw Ibuki hang herself, as well as discovered Sayanji, or I gotta stop calling her by her last name, Hyoko's body tied up to a pillar with her throat slit. So, in this episode, you guys, we are going to find the motherfucker that did this. Not really, because we are actually just gonna, do the investigation and all that yazz, but we're gonna do the investigation, we're gonna do the first half of the trial today. But yeah, let's get right into this. I will avenge you, my dear Ibuki. I will avenge thee. Not Sayanji, fuck Sayanji. But I will avenge Ibuki. Alright, let's talk to people.
Something like this.
It has happened once again. 2 of my cherished friends died at the same time. I cannot believe it.
How cruel.
This is the place where Ibuki sang for Free Hiko. Hyoko looked like she was having so much fun listening to her music. And now those 2 are no longer here. Such a tragedy.
I understand how you feel, but please get a hold of yourself. 2 of our friends were killed. That's all more reason why we can't leave this alone, right?
So just as I thought.
We must do this then, for the sake of the 2 who have fallen.
Well, I don't see you hiding back there.
Yeah, if only I noticed sooner, Ibuki might have been saved.
If only any of us stopped checking on Nagito 100% of the time and checked on the other 2, right? Hey, when did you realize Ibuki was missing?
After leaving Nagito's room, I went to the on-call room. That's when it came to me that I should go check on how everyone in the hospital is doing one more time before I go to sleep. And so I went to that patient's rooms and I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I quickly ran out of the hospital.
So that's what happened.
And then I saw Fujihiko in front of the hospital, and I asked him if he could help me look for Ibuki. Huh? That reminds me, where were you? I thought you were resting in the lobby.
That is a long story.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not like I doubt you or anything. There's no way I doubt you, because we've been together since this morning.
You're right. We were together until you went to the on-call room.
That's right, we were together until just a little before the morning Monokuma announcement. So I don't doubt you, I'm telling the truth. Is it alright if I continue with my autopsy? If you talk to me again later, I'll tell you what I know. So please spare my life at least.
What happened to not doubting it? That entire spiel seemed a little kind of forced. I feel like I should keep that in mind, because I feel like, once again, just me picking up on tiny details and shit, I feel like that was her way of reinforcing her alibi as well. So, yeah. Hey, are you okay? Are you still not feeling well?
Huh? Yeah, I don't really get it, but when I think about Nekomaru, it's like my knees start shaking.
Weird.
It's weird. There's no way I've got that kind of weakness. It'd probably go away if I battled a strong dude, but Nekomaru's not here.
Nekomaru will definitely come back.
You're right.
What up, my boy?
Right.
Damn right! Damn right! Mikan is hot, damn right! Hey, Hajime, take a look at this. What? Look at what's in front of the door. This is a drumstick, right? And it looks like it's broken. What happened to it?
Like,
Something like that is in front of the door. I think it might be a really big clue. Why would this be a clue? Remember when we came to the music venue? If it won't open, the only thing we can do is force our way through.
I wonder if that's gonna be possible. Of the four of us, two of us are girls, you know.
Doesn't matter if you can do it or not, we have to try. Let's go. We'll all charge at the same time. Ready, set, go! Vehicle signal, we charged into the door at full force. Bam. The door was locked when we tried to go inside, and the four of us charged into the door. But when I examined it, I found out that this door doesn't have a lock at all. Huh?
I get it.
The door is designed to be pushed open, and this is the shape of the handle. If a stick was used to bar the door here, well, don't you think it would lock the door and keep it from opening? You mean you think this drumstick was used to lock the door? A broken drumstick on the floor in front of the door should be proof of that. Then how was the killer able to get out? Huh? I mean, the music venue doesn't have windows. This door is the only entrance. If they locked the door from the inside, the killer wouldn't be able to escape outside.
Like,
Maybe. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue. And they waited until we were already at the scene of the crime to join us.
get it.
You know, don't they use tricks like that in a lot of mystery dramas and stuff? If that's the case, there might be evidence of that around here somewhere. Alright, I'm definitely gonna find it. I won't let the killer get away with this. The killer was still inside when we broke down the door to the music venue, huh? Like you said, that might be possible,
I've
but...
listened to the whole story.
Shit.
I heard what you two were discussing.
Chucky, that was kind of a cool entrance.
Well,
Besides the broken drumstick, I've also discovered something interesting.
What is it?
see?
What the fuck? What the hell is that?
Look, there's a weird glob where the right and left door touch, see?
You're right. What is this? It looks too firm to think it's rubber.
Yep.
It doesn't look like rubber, but
What is it, like an adhesive? She said that she had been down and scooped off the semi-transparent glob with her finger. Num. She went, num. Why are you putting it in your mouth? Try taking that one out of context.
yeah, it smells like workshop chemicals.
Why are you eating it? Workshop?
And this chewiness. I see, this thing may be a glob now, but that doesn't mean it was a glob from the start. For instance, if it was originally liquid that hardened into this, it might be possible to apply it directly and smoothly in the gaps of the door.
What are you talking about?
Just as I thought, it tastes nasty.
What the fuck was that about? Chiaki spat the glob out of her mouth and left the area. Besides that bit about the taste, is it okay to consider this some kind of clue, right? Hajime, this might be imprudent of me to ask, but will you listen to what I have to say?
Hey,
I heard that you witnessed the incident from the very beginning, right? So what? Can you provide me with a summary of the incident? I need to reach the truth behind this incident for the sake of dedicating my body to an even greater hope. No. Why? Don't make me repeat myself. No. This guy just wants to confuse us. There's no way I'm going to tell him what he wants to know.
Unfortunate.
I see. That's disappointing. Hi, Gundam. Even I'm horrified of my power. The eye of the Overlord. What the heck is this?
Nature, the collective
You
will
stupid
of the world.
fool. I cannot believe you haven't noticed that aberrant thing. Pitiful humans. They refuse to lift their heads up for fear of doubting the authenticity of the blue sky. Lift my head up. Does he mean that there's something up there? Huh? Huh? Alright, well, let's go onto the stage, I guess. Let's talk to Chiaki first. Aww. With her arms crossed and a thoughtful look on her face, Chiaki was silently staring at the stage floor. Did something drop on the floor there?
Nothing drop, it's just dirty.
Dirty?
Hey,
See, take a close look at the floor.
see?
Look closely.
You're right. There's a smudge as if something was wiped off. Wait, isn't this something... Is this a blood stain?
Yep,
Well, a bloodstain isn't strange. Yoko's neck was just lashed not far from
but
here.
still.
Rather, what's strange is why did the killer try to hide it?
Hide it?
So,
If they weren't trying to hide it, they wouldn't have bothered wiping it off.
The reason the killer wiped off the bloodstain, as long as the body is nearby, there's no way they'd be able to conceal the crime by wiping off a bloodstain. What was the killer trying to hide? Okay, I'm actually going to just check everything first. There's blood on the stepladder? The stepladder's tipped over on its side. I don't like it. This must be the stepladder that Ibuki used in the video I saw.
Is that a bloodstain? Look, there's blood around the left side of the stepladder. As I recall, Ibuki didn't have any external injuries. If that's the case, then it must be Hyoko's blood. It's the only thing I can think of.
A bloodstain that probably belonged to Yoko is on the left side of the stepladder? What does it mean? Candle. There's a massive candle positioned near the front of the stage. Dull light in that video must have been coming from this candle. A candle this huge might be perfect for lighting, but they didn't need to bother using a candle. They could have just used a normal stage lighting. So they were trying to conceal other parts of the stage. Ibuki had a hemp bag on her head and was hanging from the ceiling. But why did she have the hemp bag on her head? Wait, huh? That hemp bag, upon further inspection, there's a money decal on the fabric. It looks like this isn't just a normal bag. I mean, no shit. It's the rope that was tied to the baton lighting on the ceiling. Ibuki hanged herself with this rope and died. From what I can tell, it looks like a regular length of rope with no unnatural features. But despite the fact that this music venue has a storage room, there shouldn't have been any rope in there. Which means it was obtained from the supermarket? Did the killer bring it from there? That means anybody could have obtained this rope. It means it'd be difficult to use this as a clue. I wonder if that's true, huh? Oh, I just noticed a little something. Is it okay if I confirm it? Excuse me, Mikon, do you have a moment?
What's happened?
There's something I want to ask you. There's no doubt Ibuki's cause of death was being hanged by this rope, right?
Yeah, she has no other external injuries, so there's no doubt she died from the hanging herself.
I see.
hanging herself.
I see. So Ibuki died by hanging herself. That was obvious the moment we discovered the body. You might not have seen it, but we all saw that she hanged herself. You're right. Yep, I got it. So this rope won't be much of a clue. And I might as well search for another place. Search another place. Jeez, as usual, I have no idea what he's up to. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's... I really don't want to touch the bodies yet. I really don't. I know I'm beating around the bush, but... Alright, there's a black curtain hanging at the far side of the stage. This curtain is not wide enough. You can't reach from one edge of the stage to the other.
Huh?
It's not really a full-length curtain.
This curtain wasn't originally here, right? If it was, it's strange that it doesn't fit properly.
It's probably obtained from the furniture section of the supermarket.
So wait, they changed the curtain?
See? The back of that curtain is taped for temporary use. Just like the curtain at the supermarket.
So you're saying someone took the time to actually bring that curtain from the supermarket?
If they went that far, this was probably something the killer had really needed for this crime.
Why did they need it?
Who knows?
Well, it wouldn't be a mystery if the answers came easy. Why did they replace the curtain? What the fuck? That's weird as shit. There's a control panel on the wing of the stage. It seems you can use this control panel to raise and lower the baton lighting on the ceiling. In fact, we use this to lower Ibuki's hanged body. Speaking of the lighting, the video of the music video I saw it had a dim candlelight ambience to it, and it didn't look like this lighting was used at all. Why didn't they use this lighting? Was there some reason that it would have inconvenienced them?
So you have appeared.
I see, so you noticed too, Fiend. Huh? Noticed? So you didn't notice. Are those eyes just little glass balls? Take a good look at the baton lighting above your head. Have you not noticed that aberrant item? The baton lighting? What the fuck is that? You mean that? Something that looks like a black paper. Like black paper stuck to the baton lighting. So you finally noticed. But I can't really see it from here. Should lower the baton lighting one more time.
I can see it!
There is no need.
Go, my four dark devas of destruction!
Go, Mirage Golden Hawk, Jumpy! Now is the time for you to take flight. Fa-ha-ha! Feast your eyes upon the brave souls of my four dark devas of destruction! A hamster launched itself from Gundam's hand and ran up to the baton lighting on the ceiling in flash. It looks like a penis. Does it or does it not look like a penis?
Phew!
Started running around the stuck slip of paper in rapid circles. And then the paper fluttered downward, and it was definitely caught by Gundam. Ha! Did you see that? Behold the power of the ultimate evil eye wielder.
Wow, that's amazing. I've never seen a hamster do tricks.
They're my four dark devas of destruction. Hamsters are merely their temporary form. So what's that paper?
Fine.
What the fuck is that? It seems to be some kind of thick paper, though. It does not have any special spells scribed onto it.
It was close.
It appears as if it's nothing useful. No, that's not it. There's no doubt this is some kind of clue. I mean, the fact that it was stuck in a place like that, no matter how we think about it, it's too unnatural. What is that? It's weird as shit! What is this, AC control panel? Looks like the music venue's AC unit. That's right, you might be able to adjust the hot air in the music venue with this. Alright, I should mess around with it a little like so. It's running as a heater. It's over 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Now I know why it's so damn hot. I better turn off the heater for now. That should cool things off a little. Yeesh. Alright, let's do it. Hyoko's body is suspended against the pillar on a side of the stage. she's wrapped against the pillar with duct tape, and she looks like she was forced to stand upright. That's duct tape? I thought it was rope. Some kind of, like, band or something. Damn it, who did this? According to the Monokuma file, her cause of death was a slit throat. Her neck looks like it stopped bleeding, probably because of the duct tape wrapped around it. But why is Hiyoko's kimono like this? Her kimono is all disheveled? Disheveled? Whatever. Also, her sash is tied in the front. Did the killer do this too? But when did the killer kill Hiyoko? When I first discovered the body, Ibuki's body, I didn't see Hiyoko's body there. If that's the case, Hiyoko was killed. It must have been during the time I was getting everyone before I came back here. That was barely 10 minutes. Is it really possible that the killer killed Hiyoko and taped her up in such a short amount of time? Even if it is possible, whoever did it would have had a narrow window of time to do so, because the killer must be someone who doesn't have an alibi during that time, right?
Hey!
Ah, Hajime, do you have a minute? No, you're in the way.
Now.
I don't wish to be in your way at all, but there's something I really need your help with. Help?
Actually...
If you look closely, there's an unnatural shape bulging from inside Hiyoko's kimono. What the fuck? What the fuck? So, I was thinking she might be hiding something. Wait, hold on, don't tell me you want me to search inside Hiyoko's kimono. Huh? That's exactly it. Well, it would have been a problem if she were alive, but she's dead now, you know? Don't mess with me. Are you saying that there's no problem now that she's dead? Fine, if you don't want to do it, I'll just have to ask someone else. Hey, Akane! Yo, what's up?
Hey.
Well, there's something I want you to do for me. It looks like there's something inside Hiyoko's kimono. Can you feel around for it?
What?
I really don't understand. I just gotta check Yoko's kimono, right?
Thank you, Akane. Helping each other is such a wonderful
Now
thing.
then.
Let's see.
Akane reached through the duct tape, binding Hiyoko as she stuck her hand inside her kimono.
Damn it, she's tied up so tight I can't really reach with my hand. Oh wait, hold on.
Yo!
What the fuck?
There is something. Is this what you're looking for? Is this
A key?
Perhaps...
It looks different than the keys to the cottage, so this may be the key to our motel room. Key to our motel room, huh?
But...
If her key was so deep inside her kimono that it'd be hard to remove. It's very unlikely that the killer tampered with this evidence.
Isn't that right?
Because if this is a trap, they would have put it in a more towards the front of her kimono so that we notice it easier. Which means we can conclude this is something Hiyoko had with her all along.
Hey.
Also, it's not like I'm adding to that or anything, but you looked like you were curious about the condition of Hiyoko's body, right, Hajime? Of course, that's why I'm investigating. It's true, there are several mysteries regarding her body. Well, just hear me out for a second. Out of all of those mysteries, what I think the strangest is...
See?
the way they wrapped up her body with that duct tape. Almost like they were trying to hide the wound on Hiyoko's neck, don't you think? Hide the wound on her neck? I don't really know if that was their true intention, but I guess it's a big help for our investigation. The reason for the low volume of blood is because the duct tape is acting as a compress, right? If her body was left alone after her throat was slit, the surrounding area would be a sea of blood. Sea of blood, huh? Two dead bodies floating around in a sea of blood. It's enough to make anybody faint. Oh, I get it. I think I get it. Because remember that Ibuki climbed herself up the ladder, right? Because Ibuki climbed herself up, I feel like she was lured to do that. Like someone was telling her to do that. Because remember, her disease, her like despair disease was she was gullible. So what if the killer had the dim lighting and the way they positioned her body to make Ibuki think that Hiyoko was still alive at the time? And if that's the case, and that's how she lured her up there, And if that's the case, that means Hiyoko died before Ibuki. Oh shit, this is insane. Ibuki's body lay atop the stage. She's wearing the hospital gown she was wearing when she was sick. My poor baby. What is this on Ibuki's feet? I didn't notice when she was hanging, but the soles of her feet are dirty. It's blood, right? There shouldn't be any external injuries on Ibuki. If that's the case, this blood belongs to someone else. See? Hiyoko was dead beforehand.
Damn right.
Hey, Hajime, can I talk to you for a second? Damn right you can! You already discovered the body before you met up with us, right? Yeah, at first I didn't know it was Ibuki because of that hemp bag, though. But I knew right away she was dead since she was hanging from that rope.
Like...
Which means Ibuki must have died before Hiyoko was tied up.
Well...
That helps. There's no time of death written in the Monokuma file this time, and that's the reason for that. So I wasn't really sure who died first. It's true. Their estimated time of death wasn't written in the Monokuma file this time. But I should know when Ibuki died because I personally saw it. In that video, Ibuki was climbing the stepladder on her own, so right after that... Wait, hold on. If Ibuki climbed that stepladder and died right after, does that mean she committed suicide? No, that's impossible. Because even if Ibuki committed suicide, it doesn't explain Hiyoko's death afterward. 2 different deaths happened at the same time. There's no way that's a coincidence. So yeah, I feel like that's why it's considered murder for Ibuki, specifically because she was lured up the ladder. The shattered remains of a machine are spread all over the floor.
I see.
This appears to be the surveillance camera unit.
This too.
Kazuichi put it in the music venue for communication purposes. Why is it destroyed like this?
Perhaps criminal psychology is at play here?
What do you mean?
If they know that they are not being recorded, there's no way the killer would tolerate committing a murder in front of a camera.
So that's why they destroyed the camera. Seems plausible enough. They'd hesitate to murder someone in front of a camera, and that's why the killer destroyed this. Then, what was that thing I saw? I feel like it's Mikan. Because now that I think about it, does Mikan know about the calls? Because every time that we called, it was just Hajime and Fuyuhiko. Mikan was always in the room. I'm on to you, you fucking skank. I'm on to your bitch ass. Wait, what else do I need to fucking look at? Oh, this whole room. Yeah. I'm on to your bitch ass. There's a door that says staff only. Looks like the inside is a storage room. Might as well investigate in here too. Hey, Nagito. Oh boy. I'm on to you, you piece of shit. Nagito, did you come here to investigate the storage room too? I just wanted to confirm what you were thinking. Is that it, or is he trying to stand guard here?
Hey.
So how about it? Did you find any clues? I tripped over a stepladder on the stage. The duct tape binding Hiyoko. That probably all came from the storage room. There might be other things from the storage room that they used for the crime. You always pretend to give me hints, but in the end, you're just going to be on the killer's side, right? Aw, I'm not siding with the killer, you know. I'm just on the side of whoever acts in the name of hope. That's all there is to it. That's the main reason why this case is really special, huh?
Man.
I can't say for certain, though. What is this guy saying? As usual, he's not making any
Hajime.
sense. By the way, Hajime, I still don't quite understand the details of what happened. If you can explain it to me in detail, I think I'd be able to give you some more useful information. You might end up confusing us again instead. You don't want to find the truth, you just want to make us suffer. That's not true. I'm doing this because I believe it's for everyone's sake. Oh well. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'll gladly become the enemy, and I won't even mind when I die.
Damn it.
It's the main reason why I can't overlook this case this time, huh? What does that mean? Regardless. I guess you're not going to tell me, huh? I can't be helped. I guess I'll just rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings? You should come by later, too. I'll go there first, and then wait for you. What exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously, the movie theater. After he said that, Nagito walked out of my sight. Movie theater? Why the sudden interest in the movie theater? You can see your whole body in this huge full-length mirror. It's probably used for checking costumes. With a mirror this big, it'd be easy to check how you look. A lot of different musical instruments lined up in here. Not by guitars and drums, but that are also instruments and machines I've never seen before. They don't look like they pertain to the case. There's a lot of stickers with the venue's logo placed here. I think they made a bunch of them and had too many left over. Feels somewhat depressing, huh? Compared to last time, it feels like there are less stickers than before. Why are we thinking this? Oh, that's where that tape's from. That's where that paper's from. What the fuck? There's carpeting, wallpaper, and paint on the shelf. Probably used for storage decorations. This thick black paper that's folded up on the lower shelf. It looks like wallpaper. There are a lot of stickers placed all over it in the front and the side of this wallpaper. And this edge of the wallpaper looks a little torn, but what does this mean? I guess it's everything important in the storage room. I guess I should head back to the music venue. Alright, with this we might be close to finishing investigating the music venue. But I still need to talk to Mikan. Need to make sure I get those autopsy results from her. How about it, Mikan? Have you found anything out by now?
To tell you the truth, it's been very inconclusive. But it's not my fault. This music venue is just too hot. Because of the heat, I can't estimate the time of death.
Because of the heat? Is that possible? Convenient.
If a body is overexposed to heat or cold, you won't be able to determine a precise time of death.
I see, that might have been the killer's goal. They covered up their time of death by using the heater to make the inside of the music venue hot. That's weird.
Even if this heat is the killer's doing, is there any reason for them to cover up the time of death?
I agree, as long as I saw it. It should be clear what order the murders occurred. First was Ibuki, then Hyoko.
And as long as this is an imitation murder, there shouldn't be any mistaking the order of the murders.
Huh? Imitation murder?
Huh?
Huh? You don't know, Hajime? I thought everyone already knew. It's a murder where the killer uses a creative work, like a song or film, as an outline for their killings. It's so common in detective novels, mangas, and video games that you start to get annoyed by it.
How would an imitation murder be related to this murder?
Well, based on the killing's order, and the way they were killed, it's clearly an imitation of that movie.
That movie?
Good instincts.
The assumption is an imitation murder is the reason why the killer killed two people.
The goal was an imitation murder. Even so, why did they feel the need to do something like that?
Do you have a minute?
Excuse me, if this was really an imitation of that movie, is it possible that one or more person might have been killed? One more person might have been killed?
This too must be
It's
the
certainly
will of Kazan.
conceivable if the killer wishes to complete the imitation. Hold on a sec. What are y'all talking about? Imitation murder? One more person might have been killed?
Are you guys worried that there's gonna be another victim? Then no worries. Things will get out of hand too fast if a bunch of people could be killed at once. I'm a real cautious fellow, so I prepared perfect countermeasure. Ahem. On this killing school trip, the same blackened can only kill a maximum of 2 people. You mean you've added another rule? Well, if killing everybody at once is okay, the blackened would be able to secure an easy victory. This new rule will prevent that. Make sure you slam it into your tiny brains. If it is a maximum of 2 people, then there will not be any more killings. Since you're here anyway, can I ask you one more thing? You know, I just want to confirm one of the class trial rules. I see, as you expected, you're not very strict about games.
Perhaps.
I don't want to be considered this possibility at all, and I don't even want to think someone would do this. If 2 cases occur at once, what happened if there are 2 killers?
So...
Like I said, I'm talking about the possibility about Ibuki and Hiyoko were killed by 2 different people. That would mean that 2 killers exist at the same time, but we can only vote for one person, right?
I am concerned.
If we only choose one based on a majority vote, the other person could certainly achieve victory. Yeah, you're right. So what happens in that case? What about a case where there are 3 incidents instead of 2, or 4 incidents overlap one another?
Silence!
Shut up! It's okay, I'll make extra sure something like that never happens.
Hey.
Meaning 2 killers can exist at the same time, so it's safe to say that applies to this case too, right? Alright, fine. Right, that's right, there's always 1 killer at any given time. Even if they had an accomplice, I'd have you figure out who the mastermind is. Man, I'd end up giving you a huge hint. She made me say it. Gamer brains are not to be underestimated. You should just shut up and go back to my cave.
I see, so there's no possibility for 2 killers to exist at the same time. So Hiyoko had nothing to do with it as well, also considering she was murdered first. Assuming if my hypothesis is correct. With this, I guess that narrows things down a little.
Yep, that makes things a little easier.
Plus, if the same killer can kill a maximum of 2 people, it means a 3rd victim would be impossible. Imitation murder breakthrough. You guys keep saying that, and it sounds strange to me. What do you guys mean by imitation?
How could it be you haven't seen it?
Seen it? Seen what? Seriously, seen what?
Like I said, that movie.
Oh my!
When we first explored the island, Monokuma was passing out imitation tickets.
Then the imitation is... Of course, it's an imitation of that movie.
Well, based on the murders this time, it closely resembles that movie, as if they were copying it.
As if they copied the movie? See, Nagito mentioned something about that. But it can't be helped. I guess I'll have to rely on my gut feelings. Gut feelings? You should come by later, too. I'll go there first and wait for you. Where exactly are you talking about? Well, obviously the movie theater.
I see, so you haven't seen it still. It's not too late, I think. Probably a good idea if you watch that movie before the class trial starts.
Looks like I need to do that.
Then I should get going, too. There are other places I want to investigate. Where do you intend to go next, Chiaki? Probably the hospital, for sure. First victim, Ibuki, was there. I don't know what was going on at that hospital in the first place.
You're right.
Thanks to that despair disease, we could not go there for some time.
She's right. It might be good for me to investigate the hospital, too. There might be some clues related to Ibuki's death. For clues related to Hyoko's death, I should try going over to the motel. There are still a lot of things I can do before the class trial. And I'll definitely give it my all until the end. Oh, boy. Kitty Typhoon. Let's check out Ibuki's room. Check this shit out.
Well?
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only really been a few days.
Hey, you prepared that surveillance camera unit, right?
Hey!
Yeah, so I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Didn't you get this from that shady-looking alley where all those machines were lined up? Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then, if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
Man.
No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. That video was filmed with the hospital camera, and it can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. That video was filmed... The video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen from the music venue monitor. But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning, even if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it. However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased their wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right, you did work on that. Alright. Investigate the lobby first. What? There's still shit in the lobby? No surveillance camera unit on top of the reception desk. As long as the music venue surveillance camera unit is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with this.
Hajime.
Hey, Hajime, there's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? Why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with this camera?
Right.
Oh, I also wanted to ask you that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Hey.
Tell me, Hajime.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video on the surveillance camera unit. It showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain like there is hanging like there is now, but the whole display was pretty dark because they were just using candlelight. There was rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that there was a stepladder on the floor. Right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because of their face covered, but I know now it must have been Ibuki. She walked straight to the stepladder, and without any hesitation, she climbed the stepladder on her own free will, and then she grabbed the rope, and that's all I saw. Candlelight being used must have snuffed out or something, because the screen went dark all of a sudden, and it wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. The one I got from the machine alley was a really old model.
Ah, hold on. At the time, you said you didn't know the person was wearing the hemp bag was Ibuki, right?
Yeah. You didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself, so you rushed over to the music venue to try to stop her. I didn't make it in time. Still, if she climbed the stepladder on her own, doesn't that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she is her own killer? Ibuki committed suicide? What do you think, Chiaki?
There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt.
So...
You.
Hey, don't think for too long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out so easily.
Oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the second floor. I'm heading over there.
The heck, she ran away all of a sudden. Said the conference room, but why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Also, I might just be overthinking it. Did you seem a little upset? Okay. A lot of shit's happening right now.
Now then.
Yeah, finally getting back to my normal self. Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you win.
No thanks. Boy. Boy. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey!
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but... hospital gown's pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one. Don't tell me you plan on wearing hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. Looked like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms. There weren't any gowns? Yep, that's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only ones left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, then I just use Nagito's. It's a unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it. Hold on, what happened to the gown you were wearing? Are you saying I should never wear one I already wore? You should wear one I already wore? That's gross. Wearing clothes someone else was wearing is even grosser.
Like...
No time to dilly-dally. Totally left Mekon back at the music video. Crap, I gotta go back soon. Well, it's okay since I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. I should probably go check that at some point. Looks like this is an open room. There shouldn't be anybody inside. Someone else. Boy, that's Ibuki's room. I thought we were checking that. Okay. Oh. That step climbing animation, though. What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is it a poop monster? Why is it a poop? Why is it a poop monster? What the fuck is this? It's a shit. It's a shit monster. What the fucking ass? That's so weird, dude. That's so fucking weird. What's this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
Hey.
Don't turn it on. Huh? Jackie, are you there? If you turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'd be embarrassing. What's fully exposed?
Hey.
Hey, Hajime. If you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out? Not gonna poke out my eyes.
Aww.
Huh, bummer. Troll fail. No sooner did she finish saying that, I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. What the fuck? And I saw Chiaki had finished opening that curtain and was covering the window.
Hey, hey.
Are you surprised? Surprised, I don't get it. I got it. Got what?
See?
The curtains in this conference room are designed to completely block out light. There's a projector in there, so they were probably careful about light shining through.
See?
See? Black curtain that blocks light, and it's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. Black light blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. So is something wrong with it? Still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. Yep, she's upset. But still, what was that all about? That bit about it being embarrassing if I look and troll fail. Just wanted to mess with you. Yep, she's definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? I guess I'm not done investigating. I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place. I kind of want to look at this. See if there's anything nifty in here. This isn't a room for patients, it's more like an on-call room for hospital staff. For all that cluttered medical equipment, that makes it look like a storage room. This is the only on-call room. Working at a hospital must be tough work. So if a room like this exists, that means there used to be people here, right? Seriously, what the heck is going on with this island? Yeah, I guess there's nothing in here. Okay. Just wanted to look. Okay. Moving up. Oh. Creepy. Creepy F. Creepy F.
Just remembered, I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Plus, I don't even know where Kyoko's room is. Might be faster to just ask someone.
So you have
You're here, right? Come on out. Are you talking to me? I can see. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? Tried to hide in the first place. Hey, which room is Hyoko staying
Listen
in?
well.
Open the door to the citadel. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear. Might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. I wonder, how does this guy talk to his parents and teachers? So I guess she was murdered in the hotel room. Hey Hajime, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? Same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at this motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue, you met up with Mikan and me. And that's when we went back to the music venue. The entrance door wouldn't open for some reason, so we had no choice but to break down the door, and we discovered Yoko's body was suddenly there too. Yep, that's what happened. It's the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? As I recall... Didn't you hear me? A body was found.
The body? Ah!
Could it be? Do you intend to spread lies like Nagito and to confuse us all? Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monami. I see. So Kazuichi and Sonia didn't appear, huh? Do you think those two are suspicious? Well, Hiyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when we broke down the door, right? So obviously those two are the most suspicious ones since they weren't with us. That might be it. But while we're at it, let me tell you my alibi, too. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. Saw Mikan panic in front of the hospital and asked her what was going on. She said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
Yeah.
While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island? No, we went to the movie theater and that street full of machines to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? That's unreasonable for you to doubt me. From that time, Mikan and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. At short time, there's no way I could have killed Hiyoko and wrapped her around a pillar with duct tape. It's true. I feel like there wasn't enough time after that to do that after I left the music video. But the fact that Hiyoko was killed, we did discover her body. What? Do you still doubt me? I'm used to it. It's true I've done things I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry. Even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. I'd want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that. Alright. Looks like it's locked, but key was inside her kimono. Maybe if I use this. Open just as I thought. This key was to Yoko's room key. Alright, I should go inside. So Kyoko was staying here. She only stayed here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room, but a little conflicted. That?
Oh my!
Jesus, fuck.
Huh? Did the door open?
Yeah, Kyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it.
I see.
Well, did something happen?
No, it's just... I'm starting to believe it might be my fault.
Her fault? What does she mean? Huh?
The moment Hyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. She was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys.
Oh, she was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right?
However, her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in her room. She had another reason.
Besides that disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in her room?
Perhaps.
Her kimono.
Her kimono?
Yesterday I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence it was not locked at the time, and then I saw it. Hyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono stash. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but she could not tie her sash anymore. Mahiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono.
Wait, she didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono,
You were
huh?
right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru. That Mahiru kindly taught her the basics.
That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably couldn't forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feeling, which is why I said what I did.
What did you say?
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it!
I think this is a good thumbnail.
Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
That was when she
It
kicked me out.
cannot be.
Could it be Hyoko had remembered that?
Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. Hyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. Can't imagine that she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident? Or was someone listening in on your conversation?
I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation.
Nobody knew? If that's the case, how did the killer know Hyoko was going to be at the music venue? Something's wrong. So, Monokuma fucker in there. There's a little Monokuma fucker in there. What the fuck is this? That's just a sink, but what the fuck is that on the sink? Mirrors, but it's so small and rusty, there's no way anyone can use this. Don't see anything else that looks suspicious. There's no sign that someone made a mess of her room. I don't think she was forcibly abducted. I feel like I couldn't really find an important clue. I don't know. Okay. Alright, movie theater it is.
Hello there.
Why, hello there, Hajime. I knew you'd come here. That means you noticed it too, right? The case this time is an imitation case in which the killer used that movie as their theme. I wouldn't know. I haven't watched the movie yet. I see. Then you really should watch this movie first. Hey, manager, a customer's here.
Did you call me?
Yes, did you call me? Huh? Hajime's the customer.
You have a problem with
What
that?
are you gonna do?
And you said you didn't want to watch it, but I knew you wanted to see it all along. That's just what a tsundere Hajime looks like when you're a really tough guy. You were so devoted to being tsundere, you even bought the Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million.
You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? It's nothing.
In exchange for not watching this movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on, since we're talking about it anyway, why don't you just show it to Nagito? Stop it!
My resistance is in vain. Monokuma reached in my pocket and took the sticker.
See, this one.
Sorry, I was born stupid.
That's
You bought this for $1.5 million?
But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie.
Who cares about that anymore? Just hurry up and give me the invitation ticket.
Okay, here you go. It already says so on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. By the way, I can only give away one ticket per person, and you only have one chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped today's date onto the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat.
Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once.
Then I'll go prepare the projection reel. Please wait a bit, okay?
Hey,
Yajime, about that invitation ticket, I strongly recommend you keep that safe. Huh? Why? No reason. Just think of a protective charm. Uh-huh. I'm gonna get, like, who watched the movie at that time. I guess I should just wait until Monokuma finishes the preparations. That reminds me, that item should be on top of the counter. This one looks like a tote bag made of hemp cloth with a decal of Monami's face on it.
Ah, did that catch your eye? It's an all-purpose tote bag, useful for a variety of common tasks. It's a limited item. Only one person can have it.
Limited item. The tote bag is gone, that means...
What's this?
Whoa there! Were you interested in buying that tote bag? Well, that's too bad. It's already sold out.
Who'd you sell it to?
Stupid, there's no way I'd call for that. There's no way I'd say something that would reveal who the killer is.
So the killer bought it.
Aha!
I remember you said there was only one because it was a limited item, right?
It's not limited to one. It's more like limited to one person.
What's the difference?
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes.
For some reason, hearing me say that pisses me off.
Well now.
Now then, I should forget that I carefully made a slip up on the slip of the tongue. Looks like the preparations are complete, so please enter the theater right away. Woohoo! This is exciting! Exciting!
I'm gonna save first. This is weird. Alright, let's see this shit. Let's see it.
I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audiences to tears. The Wizard of Monami 2.5D will be screening shortly.
From the title alone, I have a bad feeling about this. 2.5D? That sounds so
Well
half-assed.
then, please relax and enjoy the film.
Alright, let's see this shit.
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates. One day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise. And was whisked away to Monami's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard Monami, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires.
I think this would be a good thumbnail, too.
Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monami scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monami scarecrow hanged herself and died.
Oh! Okay.
He also met a Monami lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows. He also met a Monami tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron. After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monami, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monami.
What The fuck?
And in the end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury.
What the
And he
fuck?
lived happily ever after. The end.
What the fuck?
Man, movies are the best. That drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissues, one for each head.
So,
Now then, let's meet again at the class trial.
bye-bye.
Goodbye, bye-bye.
I'm too disgusted to even let out a sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe this situation. So I'm assuming whoever the killer is going to be that third death. How was it? Actually, you don't even have to. I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. It was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie? Well, thanks to that movie, you now you know, right? Yeah. Just like he says, the characters who were killed in the movie match the victims in this case. Ibuki's death by hanging matched the Scarecrow death in the movie. Not just that, but Hyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death, too.
But
It would have been a complete imitation if the killer would have killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Perhaps the killer is upset about that right now, or... This mean goes to just an imitation murder. They should be upset about it, but... I'm not sure if that's even true. Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go.
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! The class trial's gonna start, you know. So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP! I'll see you soon!
It's already time. So, this again. Need to go to that place again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hyoko became victims, in order to find the truth, the only thing I can do is go. Let's do this shit. Let's fucking do this shit. Everyone that heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma Rock. And soon enough...
Welcome!
Is everybody here? You guys want to go to the class trial?
Wait!
Hey, jerk, hold it right there.
Mommy's such
What?
a dumb child.
Hey, what? Don't get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells. My brain works just fine.
Hey!
Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru? I see, so you've come to avenge him. Avenge? That sounds like he died. Sounds like you say. Oops.
Anyway,
what?
Anyway, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent. Now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let you.
Hold on, I won't let you escape.
hey, hey!
Hey, did you hear what he said? Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru is dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
damn it!
Of course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a million years.
Oh,
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die.
Why are you so excited about that?
how about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to see some poetic justice prevail.
What do you
What are
yearn?
you saying, Fiend? You'll find out soon enough.
Then let's go.
Do it!
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with.
Yeah, you're right. Whichever one of you motherfuckers killed Ibuki, I'm kicking your ass. We stepped onto the escalator and ascended towards the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. That's when I suddenly noticed it. I noticed our lined up silhouettes kept getting smaller and smaller. I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock, the elevator began its deep descent as usual. But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. So hang on, let me count this real quick. There's 10 of us left, including Nekomaru, if he even still was alive. The elevator doors opened slowly, and almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of darkness, and I walked into that place. Oh, shit.
And I feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Well, 2 people got killed at the same time. Nekomaru's not here either. Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
No,
Why bother? What?
well now.
Now then, let's begin. It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content.
And so, the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. Ibuki Miyota, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all of my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Yoko Sayanji, the ultimate traditional dancer. No one cares about this bitch. No one gives a damn. I like Ibuki. Fuck this bitch. Just from looking at her adorable face. Pfft, fuck you. You'd never know if she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. That's better. But she was trying to change herself, was she? And she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death. That person who killed those 2 is among us. I definitely can't believe it. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must find out, no matter the cost. For our sake. For our friends' sake. For Ibuki and Hiyoko's sake. And so the curtain to the 3rd class trial was about to open. This life-or-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Alright, let's fucking do this shit. Let me set some skills right fucking quick. Click. Click. Have anything else? Nope. Alright. Let's fucking do it.
Now then, let's begin with this. During the class trial, you will present if you vote
Alright, no one
correctly.
cares.
Only
We hear this all the
I will
time.
punish everyone
Okay.
Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's
Not
get
me.
on with it already.
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out. You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Even if you do grasp it, you're just gonna confuse the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Trying to see what Pekko's X
Empty
looks like.
head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed
Fucking
with the
lol.
trial if those 2 can't participate in the arguments. Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team because of the despair disease.
Okay, see that? Okay, I fixed this music pretty correctly, because now I can fucking hear him!
The hospital team consisted of Nagito, Ibuki, and Akane, who were infected, and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 in the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling. I thought I should tell the others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue, and unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought. But the only person who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko. So I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various ways?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared, I had a feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the four of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true?
Are we serious? Huh?
Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the story I just heard is clearly suspicious. Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
It's just as Kazuichi said, Nagito's the kind of guy who will just confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. Damn. We have like the heated argument music already? Okay.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime is the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it
you
probably is
bitch.
Hajime's fault.
I hate the fact that this stuff doesn't break in one shot anymore.
Hajime's
It's actually
testimony
really
is clearly
fucking annoying.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's
Fuck you!
fault. Hajime's testimony is
God
clearly suspicious.
damn, you're annoying.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny
Nagito,
that
I
possibility.
hate you playing a fucking...
After
What's that,
all,
a
Hajime's the
spear,
only
by the way?
witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Like, Echoes X.
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Nagito, shut
Did
the
Hajime
fuck up,
kill
you're
both
annoying.
of them?
The
Fuck.
fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is
God
Hajime's fault.
damn it, I hit the wrong button. I hate this motherfucker.
Hajime's
This
testimony is
motherfucker
clearly
doesn't shut
suspicious.
the fuck up.
testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think
Mom
I
is
can deny
alive.
that After all, Hajime's
Shit.
the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
Fuck you,
No, that's wrong.
piece of shit.
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
Yeah, exactly. Shut the fuck up, Nagito. Christ. You're annoying as ass.
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proof of that. Each person only received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec. You're the one who brought this up in the first place.
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of
This guy
time.
pisses me the
Well,
fuck off.
I knew it would turn out like this anyway. Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide. Ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone. So all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right? If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why's it gotta be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, the only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru. Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
Please stop making bad jokes.
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue, we should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
Nekomaru's not the puppet master, is he? I mean, just if he just doesn't pop the fuck back up. Nekomaru's not a puppet master, is he? Nekomaru isn't the traitor, is he? Just conveniently getting killed by getting the boot via Monokuma? Like Junko? That'd be weird. That would be some weird shit, man. Fuck, dude.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall. Is this his professional skill?
The killer was inside the music room venue. Hihiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? Room keys, scrap paper, step ladder, and semi-transparent blob.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor in front of the door.
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding inside waited till we gathered together and suddenly appeared.
So they look like they had just rushed over.
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
Person's remark contradicts the truth. I'll to prove that with my evidence.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside, they tried to keep us from getting in.
It seems they were trying to stall for time.
How did they lock the door? That door should not have had a lock.
The lock was on the floor and...
Are you talking about the broken drumstick?
You can use that as a bolt to lock the door. By doing that, the killer who was hiding in... waited till we gathered to... and suddenly appeared.
So they look like...
I have seen this in serial crime dramas.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside...
No, that's
They
wrong.
locked it from the out with the glob? What the fuck? What is this shit?
Hold on a sec. There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob stuck to the venue door. Maybe that's what they used.
Semi-transparent glob? Like rubber, maybe?
Rubber at all, it's just cemetery gloves, probably glue.
I see!
Yeah.
That semi-transparent glob must have been glue.
Glue?
Yeah, I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness. And I could smell workshop chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible. I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touched. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia. And me. However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue...
Convenient wording.
They must have done it earlier than that.
Earlier?
When Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
Scrap was stuck on the baton lighting in the music venue. I should be able to figure out what it is. Hangman's Gambit. Yep. Alright. Let's see. Wait, didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to hit that one. Nah, fuck. Ow. Damn it. Leave that there. Leave this here. That was probably the easiest Hangman's Gambit I have done so far. Like, 'cause that shit actually is kind of annoying.
Scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so...
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting with the tear in the wallpaper, see? It fits perfectly.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hiyoko's body disappearing?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
That scrap of wallpaper stuck to the baton lighting is part of the wallpaper found in the storage room. Is it connected to the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body? Trace back from there. I should be able to come clear. All right, let's give this a try. Logic dive. Logic dive. Logic dive. Yoink. Fuck. Did I hit the wrong button? How do I jump? Okay, it's triangle. Yep. Whoosh. Wah! 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 Whoo! Ow. Wah! 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 Question 1. Why did Hiyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was brought there, it was hidden. Assuming it was covered by wallpaper. Assuming that's the answer they're trying to get me to get. Yep. Question 2. What did the killer use to hide the body? Wallpaper. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah. Question 3. How did the killer hide the body with the wallpaper? They covered the pillar. They formed a wall. Ah. Hey. Hey.
It's all coming together.
It's all come together. Complete.
I got it. Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there. However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body right away.
So they used the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar. So using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper. And because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on them.
But going to the trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very bold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. They just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey, don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
Fucking lol.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
Hide the weapon. There's a compass. Escape to mix up killing order.
I see. The reason the killer imitated 2 of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Then Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of Ibuki's body suggests that as well.
What do you mean? If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
Fucking Gundam.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying, right?
An even bigger jerk? Impossible!
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right?
I fucking love Gundam. He's fucking fantastic.
That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed.
Oh yeah, because she stepped in the blood spatter. That's right.
That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather. Your opponent is out of your league. It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Fucking Gundam.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
She was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed.
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence.
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
Were there even any
Oh, I was supposed to click that. Shit.
Maybe her feet were on the floor. But she was like sitting or something. So instead, there'd be a mark on her ass.
Weak, I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart!
When Hiyoko died, Ibuki's feet were on the floor.
I am telling you to present your evidence!
Did you see her walking?
If her feet were on the floor, was there any sign she stepped on something?
I agree with that. Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint blood stains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
Then it's Hiyoko's blood.
Hiyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hiyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye!
Alright, Gundam, let's go.
Is that it? A shepherd dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb, Hajime Hinata.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good line.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good one.
But are you sure?
What the fuck, Gundam?
If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status.
Hachime's just like, boy.
However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
I want to save this because this picture is actually kind of fucking priceless. Alright, let's go, my boy. Let's go, my boy. Kick your ass. Smudge on the floor. Yeah, smudge on the floor.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to Hiyoko? Ha!
Damn it.
Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor. You can't step on blood that was never there. Just did you see a nice nightmare? You're saying the blood on Ibuki's... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood. You can't step on blood that was never there. Just about did you see a nice nightmare? You're saying the blood on Ibuki... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
Allow
Shut
me
up.
to cut through those words.
I forgot I had to hit triangle on that. My bad.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things. You don't have proof of that at all.
Yes,
Bruh.
I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it, and the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating, so I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact, so the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would screw with Mikon's autopsy?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's convictions.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Huh? Suicide.
As always, you have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Why me?
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Oh, wait, so shit, is because the way I see it, they always go through, the first part of the trial is always defending somebody's innocence, and then the second part is showing who the killer is, finding out who the killer is. So is the first part of the trial going to be, like, Ibuki's innocence? Because they're going to think Ibuki killed Hiyoko before killing herself because there's only one killer?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
Yep, see?
That's totally impossible! Then she never would have killed her to begin with!
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But if Ibuki's the killer,
she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive! When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
I see. So that means there's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
What the heck?
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw?
Huh?
According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
Or took advantage of the fact that Ibuki's despair disease made her gullible.
I don't know anything about that.
Your boy's smart.
All proud.
Your boy knows how this goes.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place. But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually live?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement. And I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Oh boy. Who has the weakest alibi?
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel doesn't have an alibi.
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has failed!
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the others?
Right before the morning announcement, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing...
So everyone who stayed...
What about you guys?
I was where I was supposed to be, my own cottage.
We can exclude the sick people like me and Akane, right?
And what about the...
Right before the morning, I was totally sleeping in my motel room.
I think everyone at the motel was doing that.
So everyone who stayed at the motel... What about you guys? I was where I was supposed to be, my own...
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi...
No, that's wrong!
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
You two have alibis?
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
Fucking Soda.
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime.
And that's how you made your alibi. I am set. I don't care. I feel like I am set on Mikan being the killer here.
Too much info.
You jealous, Chiaki? Is that how it is? You jealous?
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward, so we were together until right before the announcement.
I get it. You guys have alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
They didn't bring up the fact that Mikan went to the other room.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was? Taking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Is that a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose? And what kind of trap is it? And it's suspended.
Well, hello there, Monami. The moss balls sure look tasty today. Stop it! Don't characterize me as someone who lives off of moss balls. And here's some chance time! Hello, what's that? Now then, Monami's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. It's 99% your fault. While you are whining, your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long, it's just a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Then... I am Usami, magical miracle girl, Usami. I am an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
Disappointment.
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever.
Okay. Alright, and we're gonna just go ahead and we're gonna save with that, and we're gonna wrap up today's episode. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like, show your support on the stream, but tomorrow we will go on ahead and finish up the trial, figure out who the hell killed Ibuki and Hiyoko, and then we're gonna finish up the trial. Do the execution, blah blah blah, and then finish up the chapter. So, make sure you guys are tuned in. Will it be tomorrow? Let me check. Let me actually check for you guys when I'm gonna stream next. I'm not sure if I have work tomorrow or not. Yes, I have work tomorrow. Okay, so instead, there's not going to be a stream tomorrow. The stream is going to be Friday. So, until then, I will see you guys next time. Thank you all for coming out, and until then, I'm going to get out of here. See ya.